a little bit spicy, spicy, spicy.
The MMO. I liked a lot of MMOs. I was a pretty prominent MMO video gamer. I liked a lot of different ones. I liked World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft is still around. I didn't really try out Final Fantasy. Everybody talks about that one. I didn't really try that one out, but I liked Black Desert, Lord of the Rings Online, Pirates of the Caribbean Online, Star Wars Galaxies. A lot of people like The Matrix. I kind of missed out on The Matrix one and the Warhammer one. I also missed City of Heroes. There was just a lot of good MMOs that were out there that I didn't get to play, and they shut down. So one of the things I wanted to talk about and get into is what can we do to get these MMOs back? Because what if somebody like me wants to actually play The Matrix Online or the Warhammer Online MMO? Like those are games that nobody will ever be able to play now because they're gone. They're shut down. It kind of makes me sad because those are online games that were hosted and they're not hosted anymore. So you have to go and find these private ones. Well, what if the private ones get shut down? You are truly at the mercy of somebody else hosting the game. So a way I was thinking about getting around this is having like an MMO emulation sort of system or a full download to your PC of the game, because nobody else is going to use it. And how is that considered piracy if it's not even taken care of in the first place? It's abandonware. It really is. And even my favorite MMOs like Lord of the Rings Online, you're still at the mercy of somebody else's system. And one day, eventually, it might not have any players and they'll shut it down. Something to think about when it comes to MMOs, right? I played quite a bit of the rewritten Pirates of the Caribbean Online, and that's what I have going on in the background. I really enjoy that game. I don't think it's the best MMO I've ever played. It is certainly one of the best sailing games I've ever played. You're able to get on your ship, walk around your ship, repair your ship, and, portside, broadside cannons into other ships, and kind of get this mini game going where the more ships you sink, the higher your bounty's gonna get. You got a cargo hold, you gotta stop at islands and stuff. Like it was just such a fantastic system. I don't know why we still don't have a game that has that. Like we came pretty close with the Assassin's Creed. What is that called? Black Flag. My bad. Assassin's Creed Black Flag. We came pretty darn close to that. And the graphics are still pretty good in that game, but I don't know, Pirates of the Caribbean Online, the way it plays out, it's fantastic. You really can't beat it as far as like sailing ship games go. Like that's it's not super realistic, but it's fun. That's what you want. That's the target right there. If it's fun, then people will hop on and play it. But that's kind of diverging from the point. I just wanted to get into talking about MMOs. So I've been playing a lot of this Marvel Rivals recently, and I had a realization that is just another free-to-play hero shooter that'll eventually disappear on me. The same with Delta Force. Delta Force is a big game right now, and I love Delta Force, but one day that game will disappear. I will not be able to play that game anymore. There might be like private servers or whatever, but it's gonna shut down eventually. So when it comes to these free-to-play games and their live service settings and stuff, a really good thing to practice on these games is self-discipline. See, I love Terra, and I put money into Terra. Terra was a fantastic MMO. It wasn't the greatest, but I had a lot of fun in it. Well, the game's gone now. They took it down. I can still download it on Steam, but I can't actually play it. I was gonna goof around, try booting it up and all this different stuff. Maybe try running a private server, see if I can still complete the main story, because I never did complete the main story. I don't know. I loved that game, and now it's gone. And with me getting into Marvel Rivals, I bought the Battle Pass. I think I bought 2 Battle Passes so far. And the reason I like the Battle Pass system in Rivals in comparison with Overwatch 2 is because I can actually complete the battle pass on any time frame. Overwatch has like an end of season, right? And the battle pass is gone, but Rivals, that battle pass is forever. You can complete that battle pass well into next season, which honestly is a pretty good business practice. Not everybody has all the time in the world to be playing your game. But to put in perspective, right, I need to practice some self-discipline when it comes to these live service games, because I don't need to be putting any more money into these games where they're online only and I don't get anything in return when they shut down. They're gone forever. There's no downloadable version of the game. Everything that I put into the game is gone. All of my efforts. When you put your efforts into an Elder Scrolls game, you have a save file, and yeah, there's chances it can get corrupted and stuff like that. I'm not saying that nothing bad ever happens in a Bethesda game. I mean, come on. But you can have that forever. You can download it to your PC, put your save on a thumb drive, like that is yours forever. You know, Marvel Rivals shuts down or whatever. I don't know when that's going to happen. But when it happens, I will get nothing in return from these people. The same with Overwatch 2. The same with Helldivers 2. The same with Elder Scrolls Online. The same with Final Fantasy. The same with World of Warcraft. When any of these games shut down, I will not be getting anything back. The same with Path of the Exile. And I love Path of the Exile. I love that game. But the fact that all of these games are online, that will disappear one day, and you won't have access to it. So maybe instead of putting money into these online only things that dissipate with time a lot quicker than anything else, because I mean everything will one day dissipate with time, but while you're alive, maybe use your money for something more permanent. Like even in video games, I don't like the aspect of everything being temporary. There's this game that released not too long ago called Once Human. Fun game, by the way. I really enjoy the game. But it just really shows how everything is so temporary. And they take it to the next step. It's a survival crafting game. You can get all kinds of stuff, endgame gear, and then boom, they wipe the server, it's all gone, and you're starting at square one again. Which is, I mean, it's just like Rust. But Rust, you can have your own private server. You can't do that with Once Human. And maybe one day they'll have that, I don't know. But that is a online only live service game that takes your entire experience to the next level as far as temporary gameplay is concerned. And yeah, it makes sense for that game, but realizing that every live service game is temporary to begin with. Another one would be like old school RuneScape, right? A lot of people really like that game. I never played it myself. I'm going to one of these days, and I'll be posting videos about it maybe, I don't know. That is another online temporary game. And some of these games, I really don't want the game to be temporary. I really love Lord of the Rings Online. That massive world needs to be downloadable when that game goes offline. If I cannot download that game whenever the servers shut down for that game, I'm gonna be a super sad person. Eventually, you know, I would love to download Terra again and play it, but I don't think I'll be able to. Just because the game it's gone, and I can go and hop on private servers, create a new character, go from, you know, square one, make my way up, finish the storyline, but then again, one day that will be gone too, because it's a private server. There ain't gonna be a person out there that's gonna host it forever, and I don't own a copy of this game, so it will one day disappear. It's not like Titan Quest where I can take a break for like 10 years, come back to it, and start again with my level 20 character. I can't. These MMOs are so temporary. These online live service games are so temporary. I want things to change, and I really want to join that system, you know, the Stop Killing Games petition, but I mean, that ain't gonna do anything because you got developers that are gonna whine and cry about how their online games have to be released in a way where whenever they cut the servers, they gotta drop the actual files. They don't want to do that because they want to drop the next live service game and pull all the players from the original game. Look at Overwatch. Overwatch 1 was an amazing game. I loved Overwatch. Overwatch 2, garbage. It sucks. I know there's a lot of people that like the game. I think it sucks. Marvel Rivals is just that much better. Elder Scrolls Online. There's lots of lore, lots of cool stuff in there. voice acting for all the quests and stuff, I'd be down for a downloadable version of that whenever the servers go offline for that one. That'll probably take a little while longer because that game's actually pretty popular and they just keep dropping expansion after expansion, so that'll probably never happen for a long time, but one day it will. It is a online game and I will one day not be able to access it. I'll have to go find like a private server or something like that, because none of these companies package the games when they're done and give them to their customers. Even people that put money into their games, they do not care. They just do not care. I liked Black Desert Online and they made it pay to win a while back, so I wasn't like a huge fan of the Steam release. I still love the game, the graphics. I'd never beat the story once again, but yeah, this game will one day shut down and I love it, but it's not going to last forever. If you take anything away from this commentary, I mean, find something permanent. When you buy a game, buy the physical version or buy it off of GOG first and foremost if you can. If you can't, look for a way. I was really disappointed with the Oblivion remaster because we never got a physical release. It was shadow dropped and it's only on Steam. So as you can imagine, I'm pretty disappointed in Bethesda for that. There's a lot of pluses for the Oblivion remaster, but it's not like the original Oblivion game where I can download it and play it anytime I want. I can save it to a hard drive somewhere. I don't have to worry about losing it. I mean, we have some good news here. We do have Steam releasing Stellar Blade like June 10th or 11th or something like that. I don't quite remember the date. There's a lot of bonuses to it. I loved Stellar Blade on my PS5. I bought the physical copy so I can lend it to my buddy if he wants to play it. But the main reason I have it is so I don't lose the game whenever they pull everything off of the store, like the PS3 store or the Xbox 360 store. They're gone. You can never access those. I mean, right now you can go on the PS3 store, I'm sure, and buy some stuff, but most of the stuff was pulled last time I went on there. They had like maybe the classics or something on there. Just not a big fan of that. Baldur's Gate 3, I'm going to be buying a PS5 copy or maybe a box PC edition. We'll see. Something that isn't an online code. Same with a lot of my games. I would love to make it where more of my purchases are permanent in a way I can always access them. I don't want this crap where things are taken away from me just because somebody can't afford it. I was so disappointed with Terra when the game, they took it off the store. I don't know, I was just genuinely sad when that happened. And the fact that they keep doing that with a lot of these MMOs, older MMOs and stuff, it's getting old. And whenever I see an online only game, I'm going to be hit with a grain, beforehand, before the purchase. And I'm going to be like, telling myself, look, I don't want that game. It is online only. They're going to shut it down whenever they feel like it. And they're not going to give anything back to the player. And so with this, I conclude and just expect permanence and reward it. That's my closing thoughts. And you should check out Marvel Rivals. I actually do enjoy that game. It's a fun game. But one day it will disappear. Thank you for watching. This has been Link's New Wave. Have a wonderful day.